Hey, it's Aaron, and today I want to do an interior walkthrough in a 2023 Volvo XC40 Recharge. The XC40 is Volvo's compact crossover, so it is their small little four-door crossover. It comes in several flavors. There is a gasoline one, there is, I believe, a plug-in hybrid one, and then the Recharge, and specifically this one that we're in right now, is the fully electric model. Fully electric comes with about 224, I believe it is, miles of range by the EPA. Most people will get pretty close to that, and it has a 78 kilowatt hour battery. Looking at the interior here, I want to show some stuff. This has Volvo's new infotainment, and it has a couple of other things, so it's worth looking at. Let's get started. So we start in the usual space. Over here, you got child safety and window locks. You got your window ups and downs. They're all automated, or whatever that's called, so when you push it, it all the way down, pull it, it goes all the way up, and then you can control it if you have to. Left and right mirror adjustments here, and then push both of them at the same time to fold that mirror in, those mirrors. And then over here you have the door locks. Up here's a door handle, seat memory right here, and then you can see that this is a Harman Kardon stereo in this particular one. Over here you have the first of the vents. All of them pretty much look like this, and they're shaped like this. This turns them off and on like that, and then you have your adjustments back, forth, up and down, etc. And then down here you can just see that is the deck release, or the release for the hatch. And then way down there by my foot, that is the hood opening. Underneath the hood is a spot just large enough to put the power cord. It's actually where it is stored on this particular one. Now, looking at the steering wheel, you can see the big Volvo symbol in the middle. Over here on the left, this is pretty much all cruise control. You turn it on here. When you turn it on, if it's not already on, when you turn it on, that spot where you've turned it on will be your speed setting, and then you can adjust it here. This is also the resume button, so if you do shut it off, usually with the brake, this is how you will start it back up without changing. And then the back and forth is for the menu system, and then here you have your distance, so you make it shorter here, make it longer there. Over here on this side, you can see voice control up here, which is pretty good. Voice control in this car is one of the easiest ways to, say, Bluetooth your phone. You can just push that and say, connect my phone or whatever, and then it will take you to those menus. This goes through the driver information screen stuff, which is right there, the big fat screen in the middle there. And then this is tracks back and forth, up and down for selections, and OK right in the middle. So that's pretty much the steering wheel. Pretty simplified. Up here you have your dongle for windshield wipers. On the end right here is turns on and off the rear wiper, and then pushing it back will run the squirters back there, pulling it towards you will run the squirters on the windshield up there. And then most of the rest of it kind of should make sense. You can see, you can control right here, you can control how aggressive they are, and then you turn them on like intermittent and so on right here. Over on this side, you have your lighting controls. So you can see it's on auto right now. You can turn that to any of these other settings, including automatic high beams. And then your fog lamps are in the middle. That's just a push button like that. Pretty simple. You can do it with either the top or the bottom of this. And then of course you have the signal turns, because that's the order you use them in. So you go up and down with the turn signal dongle. On the back side is your trip reset. So when you push that, it comes up with the TM, see that? And then you can hold it to reset that. Now, since we're already looking at this, let's do instrument cluster. See if I can get this camera square. There we go. So over here you have your speedometer and digital. Over here you have your, it's sort of like a tachometer, but it's a power meter. So it's how much power you're using. Going down recharges, going up is using. You can one pedal drive this car, which I've been doing this entire week, and that is beauty, because what's the term you use for that? For regenerate. You regen a lot of power doing that. Much more useful. And then you can see where the gearing selection is, so that tells you what gear you're in. So nicely done on that. Couple of cool things. One, when you get in the car with the key, it just turns itself on. There's no pushing the start button or any of that stuff that you have to do. When you get out of the car, it shuts itself off. So as soon as it detects that there's no driver in the driver's seat, radio turns off, car shuts down. That's a little annoying if you just need to run in because you forgot your hat or something, but most of the time that is an awesome feature. Now this screen in the middle, I promised to show you more. Right now it's showing the map for that. I push that, right? Where's the rest of the info? Alright, well, that's not what it does either. So you remember I called this a driver information screen. It sort of is, but it really isn't. What you can do is you can push this and it will turn it off. When you change the audio or do something like that, that will also show in here briefly. Most of the information that shows up in here is very brief. The majority of the information you're going to be seeing about the car is here. So this is the new infotainment system. It is Google based. I think I've shown you this before. I don't remember what model vehicle I was in. Might have been the XC60 or 90. I believe it was the 60, but either way, this is the new infotainment system. Right now it's showing the audio, but if I push that, so the little square down in the corner, this is kind of like your main menu. Most of the time that you're in here, you're probably going to be using one of these for getting a hold of audio stuff. So you got your Bluetooth and so on, or the Google Assistant, which is really cool. If you push the down button, you see there's a whole lot more on this one. So you got, like our iHeartRadio and stuff like that. So lots of stuff to stream or talk. You can add more stuff. You got Google Play for books, for audiobooks. You got NPR online, Spotify, and so on. So lots of options there. Google Assistant works exactly like it sounds. It is the Google Assistant. You just push that and talk to it. Down here is your phone, Apple CarPlay. You can get Android Auto in here, but it's actually a lot easier in my mind with an Android phone to just clone the screen over here, so you can cast your screen up to this with your Android. You can also do it, I believe, with an Apple phone, but I haven't tried that. And then the other one that you're probably going to be using the most is this car status right here. So when you push that, right now it's showing me the tires, because I had a tire that went down 3 or 4 pounds, a little bit low, and so it started showing the warning. So I pumped them back up. FYI, most electric cars have very high pressure tires. These are, in this particular one, I believe 52 is their rated, recommended, and then you can store the pressure. But on this one, you can go through, here's your recommended service. There's more than that. You can see the tow mode down here. You can ask for roadside assistance. If you push this, you'll come up with a whole bunch of things you can do as settings for your car. If you want to manually connect Bluetooth or Wi-Fi and stuff, that's here. You can change charging stuff, set some limits or times or whatever. You can adjust the driving assistance stuff, which is pretty neat because this has a lot of them. So I wouldn't bother with like this. This isn't really an off-road vehicle. I wouldn't really do that much. Pilot assist by default is cool. The other way to do it is to turn on the cruise and then push this, and it will also turn that on. Pilot Assist is semi-automated driving. It basically holds you in the center of your lane, and then the adaptive cruise already will go down to 0 and back up. So it's pretty cool for that. Here's some safety stuff. You can see all the other stuff here. So really, really neat. I really like this. I turned off the lane keeping because I tend to pass semis with a lot of room and go over the line a little bit. And this really goes nuts when you do that. So anyway, and then back to this main menu, you can see the owner's manuals on the bottom, and the Play Store for adding more apps here is right there. Really, really nice system. It takes a little while to get used to it, but a very good system. And then you can see the vents on the sides. Now, going down, this, by the way, is also kind of like a main menu button, but it changes the menu to this sort of blockier, more, I don't know, easy on the eyes, easier to see what you're trying to get to stuff. And I don't, oh yeah, you can. So, and then you can flip through these to find the other stuff in each of the sections. So that's a main menu, and that's a main menu. And then you have your cameras, your seat heating is right here, your climate control is right here, so you can see all the climate control stuff, and so on. Now, down here, you got your Dukes lights right there, defrosts right here. This changes tracks. This is a volume control knob. It's what I use the whole time. And this is the play pause button. And then you can see you got some inputs an input right here. This is probably where it senses the temperature for that control right there. And a dead button right here. Going down here, some more cool stuff I want to show you. So you can see the 12 volt is here, and you can see a USB-C plug right there. That's a wireless charging pad right there. So you can set your phone on it. But even cooler than that, if you want to see your phone screen, you can pop this up and just set your phone in there vertically and see the screen. So if you're not casting your phone or whatever, or your passenger, say, has your Google Maps that they look something up, they can just set it in there, and now it's easily visible. Then you have here some drink holder. You see my coffee, which I probably should have some. Hold on. Yeah. And your shifter. Now, the shifter's pretty straightforward, nothing special. You can see it's reverse, neutral, and drive. It's just a matter of how aggressively you pull it. So if you tap it from park, it should go into neutral. Push it forward, it'll go into reverse. Pull it back, it goes into drive. You push this button to park. As soon as you park, it does set the parking brake, and then you're pretty much done. Now, another thing right here. Another spot to drop a phone or something like it right here. So this goes down. It's a little square thing. You won't be able to see the screen, but you can get a full phone in there and a lot of other stuff. This storage cubby here, button on the front to release. And then you can see it's a pretty small but useful little cubby back down in there. And then, look at this dashboard. Now, this stuff is cool. So this is supposed to look like stone or something, I think. Probably stone, but it's plastic, but it's illuminated behind. So at night, this glows a little bit. Really, really cool. It's matched by the same thing that's on the door on both sides, and just a lovely setup. This is beautiful. So if you're going to do black on black on black, you should do it like this. This is lots of contour. This is nice and soft up here. Lots of texture and contour changes, and then you can see like this stuff is kind of fuzzy, just a nice texture and feel going on in here. And then these seats, this is some beautiful, it's sort of like denim, beautiful upholstery. I love this stuff. You have an adjustable thigh bar on this one, and then you also have a fully adjustable seat. Really, really nice seats. I love these things. They're so great. And you can see it's mirrored in the back. So you have a nice setup back there. And then I'll show you the cargo space. Useful and adjustable. So really cool cargo space. So yeah, really good vehicle. I really like the XC40. There's a couple quirks that annoy me, but nothing is perfect. I love this green color. This is a great color for this. There's a couple of greens that are in the color palette for this vehicle. So overall, very, very well done. Nice car. It's like I said, the Recharge is the electric version, and I really like the electric. Fast, peppy, quick, and feels good all the time, and it's pretty efficient. So yeah, nicely done. I think that's all I got. This has been Aaron in the 2023 Volvo XC40 Recharge. Talk to you again soon. Subscribe.